Thomas Avery, a 35-year-old business magnate renowned for his razor-sharp intellect and bold red suits that exuded wealth and unshakable confidence, had always seemed invincible. Yet that afternoon, as he sat in his oak-paneled office, its walls adorned with a world map and a gleaming red rotary phone, a wave of raw, unfamiliar panic crashed over him. The phone's shrill ring sliced through the silence, a sound it shouldn't have made. The $866 million deal with his Arab investor had been finalized days ago, and with his trusted middle-aged translator on vacation, Thomas had exhaled in relief, savoring a rare week of peace. Now, his chest tightened with dread as he stared at the phone like it was a ticking bomb. "What do I do?" he whispered hoarsely, his voice trembling with fear. His assistant, pale and wide-eyed, stood frozen beside him, the weight of the moment pressing down on them both. One misstep could unravel months of grueling negotiations. Unbeknownst to Thomas, an unexpected presence lingered in the room. Layla, the 8-year-old daughter of his cleaning lady, Miriam. Unable to find childcare, Miriam had begged to bring her along that day, and Thomas, lost in thought, had absent-mindedly agreed, assuming the girl would sit quietly in the corner. But Layla was no ordinary child. From the first time she'd overheard Thomas's translator weave fluent Arabic, her heart had ignited with a passion for words that most adults could never fathom. She'd sit silently by her mother's mop bucket, her wide eyes drinking in the melodic exchanges, later whispering the phrases to herself like sacred chants. Miriam would scold her gently. Why waste time on those strange words? But Layla couldn't resist. She pleaded for library books, attended free community classes, and even persuaded an elderly Syrian neighbor to teach her. Language was her magic, her lifeline to belonging, her bridge between worlds. And now, fate had thrust her onto the stage of her dreams. The phone's relentless ring grew louder, each peal sending a shiver through Thomas's sweat-drenched palms. He paced frantically, his voice cracking with desperation. "I can't answer. I don't speak a word of Arabic. If I pick up, I'll destroy everything." Layla, perched on a chair by the window, watched him with a mix of awe and resolve, her small hands twisting nervously in her lap. She'd seen this phone before, heard its mysterious songs through the translator's voice, and dreamed of the day she'd be the one to connect those worlds. Her heart pounded as she recalled whispering to herself at night, "One day I'll do it. One day that will be me." The phone shrilled again, and Thomas raked a hand through his hair, cursing under his breath. His assistant remained helpless. Then, before anyone could stop her, Layla slid off her chair and approached the desk, her pink blouse a stark contrast against the dark wood, her tiny feet pattering softly. Thomas blinked in shock. "What are you doing?" he snapped, his voice sharper than intended, laced with panic. Layla looked up, her eyes wide but steady. "You're scared," she said softly, her voice carrying a child's innocence yet unshakable courage. "But I'm not." Before he could react, her small hand lifted the receiver. "Hello," she murmured, her voice quivering at first. Then she straightened, her young face glowing with determination. A deep voice erupted in rapid Arabic on the other end, and the room held its breath. Thomas's stomach plummeted. But to everyone's astonishment, Layla's lips parted, and flawless Arabic flowed out like a river she'd been born to navigate. The red phone dwarfed her tiny hands, the curly cord twisting as she pressed it to her ear, the words pouring into her like a current she'd waited her whole life to ride. "Who is this?" The man's voice demanded in Arabic, impatient but not hostile. Layla sat taller in the leather chair. "This is Mr. Avery's office," she replied carefully, her voice growing firm. "He is here, but the man who helps him talk is on vacation. So I am talking." A pause hung in the air, then the investor chuckled softly. "A child." Thomas, hovering anxiously, mouthed, "What did he say?" Layla turned, whispering, "He said a child." He surprised, not mad. Relief weakened Thomas's knees, and he nodded frantically. "Keep him talking," he urged. The investor's voice deepened. "We spoke before about the money. I want to know if Mr. Avery agrees to my condition. Less risk, smaller first step." Layla's brow furrowed, some words eluding her, but she'd pieced them together with the tenacity she'd honed. She turned to Thomas. He's asking if you want to try small first, not big. Thomas's chest heaved as understanding dawned. The investor sought a safer start. Leaning close, he whispered, "Tell him yes. Yes, small first is good, then bigger later." Layla nodded, relaying in Arabic, "Mr. Avery says yes. Small first is good, later more big." The voice softened with approval. "Good. Then we agree. Tell him I am happy. Tell him he is wise." Layla's face lit up with pride as she translated. "He says he's happy. He says you're smart." The tension shattered like glass. Thomas exhaled shakily, his shoulders sagging, while his assistant stared at Layla as if she performed a miracle. Miriam, hands clasped tightly, fought back tears. But the call continued. "Tell Mr. Avery I will send the papers tomorrow. Then we sign a good future together," the investor said. Layla relayed, "He will send papers tomorrow. You and him will be friends." Thomas nearly laughed with relief, whispering, "Tell him thank you. Tell him he's a good partner." In her clear voice, Layla responded in Arabic, "Thank you. Mr. Avery says you are a good friend." The man chuckled. "And thank you, little one. You are brave. One day you will be greater than a translator." Layla's eyes widened as she turned to Thomas. He said, "I'm brave." Miriam sobbed, muffling it with her hand. The call ended with a soft click as Layla gently set the phone down. The room fell silent, but the air buzzed with awe. Thomas sank into his chair, a hand pressed to his racing heart, gazing at Layla, her pink blouse and sparkling eyes a testament to her triumph. "You just saved me," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Layla tilted her head. "I just said what he said. It wasn't hard." Thomas laughed shakily. "Not hard? You translated a deal worth $866 million. Miriam stepped forward, her voice trembling with tears. "She's always loved languages. She listened to your translator, copied words under her breath, begged for books and lessons. I thought it was a game, but she dreamed of this." Layla looked down shyly. "I just want to be like him, the man who helps you understand each other. I want to do that too." Thomas, still unsteady, circled his desk. His staff braced for his wrath, expecting to scold or fire Miriam. Instead, he knelt before Layla, the proud millionaire lowering himself to her level. Gasps filled the room. "You saved a deal worth $866 million, he said softly, his voice breaking. "And you showed courage no adult here had, including me." Layla's eyes welled up. "I just wanted to help." He smiled faintly, pressing his gold business card into her small hand. "One day, when you're older, call me. Whatever you dream to be, a translator, a teacher, I'll ensure you get that chance." Miriam sobbed openly, covering her face, while the assistant stood stunned. Thomas rose, addressing the room. "Today, she taught me money doesn't build bridges. People and respect do. She deserves mine most." The shock wasn't a saved deal, but